لجلولة لكركوكي لشنغالي لخانقين ولتباي كردستان ما قال ما پر زحمتك شاكية شهيد داي انفال كراي درب درب استا سرانسر باشوري ولاتي ما وك بندا سدو چلي نسكفتي دي برند قالو وبشمرقه برنده
روش كهرباء تخدي تشتغلي ولا تدربجي
ما ليجي الدربجي بس
هاي قلبة تخبطنا سنة حمو واحد
There was three things that kept coming up in our conversations with people in Iraq, and one was about our shared humanity, was about how we're all humans first, and then we're our culture, and then we're our religion, or no religion. Another thing that kept coming up was the struggle, like what they had gone through in fighting ISIS, surviving, some of them being taken captive and then, gaining their freedom, and then how hard life was now to get through the daily struggles of living in camp. And the third thing was the struggle that's coming. They know that as the Iraqi army and the United States begin to come in and retake Mosul, there's going to be a massive IDP crisis. And when there is, they've already admitted, a lot of the NGOs in the area have admitted they don't have the capacity to take care of a lot of these people. And so they all see the struggle that's about to come. And now's the time really to help them.
أبرون بتشيل أبرونه.
راس برون. بدست راس دادنا.
بدست راس. دينو إيرا.
بدست راس نا.
دينو إيرا.
دينو لا أولى.
باش تصفش. There was a time that Iraqi government did not allow Kurdish people to speak their language, to kind of they didn't believe the human being, to be honest. So there was lots of men and women fighting in a mountain against Saddam Hussein, and they were fighting for their rights. They lived in a mountain, sleep in the mountain. Sometime on the snow, they had to have a shower in the snow. No shelter. You know, they used to live in caves. Very hard life.
Maybe your great-great-grandfathers would have this really noble and glorious sense of nationalism, but with years passing by and you being deprived from your basic needs, you just lose that sense and just have this sense of really low self-esteem and can't think bigger because you don't really have the facilities that as a human being, regardless of your nation, regardless of your race, you would need them. Being respected, having your electricity, having your water, and not only surviving but thriving at the same time.
I asked Mohammed if he thought the West could have done a better job in helping the Kurds to fight ISIS. And this is what he had to say about it.
I think Western countries, they help, but it's not as much as they should have helped. Because Kurdish people, Kurdish Peshmergas, fought and fighting to hold the world.
أصلي وطيب وبارد تمر عندي وعرق سوس مع الموصل
Okay, let's check it out. We went to one of the shops by the Citadel to find out how the local businesses have been affected by ISIS coming into the area.
ليش اوي 11 بيت هنا بيت مسبيل مسلمانه ليره بازار زور باجو سياحي واجنبي وتخيشي ملقى اجنبي عندها اجنبي وسياحي وعرب وترك همو قامك داتيره بازار زور باجو بس لدواوي بازار زعيب ويستاش باش يعني بس وش في شيء ثانيه ايش يقوم منين شخصهم امن اشتغل داس كده اشياء من داس كده يعني داس كده او داس كده
all handmade.
او داس كده داس كردش خلكي مقصد ايه ليري ناكرم.
People don't buy it from Erbil. Usually tourist people will buy. People who come from outside the country, they buy.
Gotcha.
In 2012, I came back here because there was better way of living here. You know, with your family, you're not in a foreign country, safe, had lot of jobs, lot of companies, lot of rebuilding. So I think if it wasn't a problem of this ISIS, this country would be like a Dubai. It would be really, really different from now because they were starting rebuilding the roads and the bridges and hospitals and everything. But over the sudden, they had to stop everything and put all the money toward the fight to stop ISIS coming to the country.
The refugee, the difficulties that the people they face crossing the borders, and that's, believe it or not, that's for losing the hope in your own country, and you are trying to get something outside, maybe not for yourself but for your children, and it was, it was very difficult images that I can never forget. Sometimes in my sleeping, I just wake up and I'm saying where I am. I mean, how it comes that we survived, because many children were left behind because the mother or the father, they couldn't anymore to carry them. And due to the bad weather, due to the food shortages, we are talking about weeks, and they were dying. And people like, what about, if we are saying, what about graves? There was no graves. Simply, you will try to have cover it with whatever possible that you can. And those images pushed me as a young person when we came back after being in a refugee campus in Iranian with my family. If I wanted to have a country, if I wanted to be in a citizenship, we have to have a bigger dream, larger one. The dream that includes everyone, the dream that consists of the principle of respect, humanities, civil rights, away from being relative of why then you have privilege of that. That's not easy, but at least this is a dream, and I'm trying to do my best to be part of that, fulfilling that mission.
In a war, nobody get anything, to be honest. You only lose whoever you love, you lose money, you lose. It's only losing, when it comes to war. درگه لچوه پزمام درگه کمپی لچوه سوریا.
Mohammed wanted to bring us to one of the larger camps outside of Erbil so we could speak to the people about their experiences there.
ناوی تو چیه؟
محمد هیچ مشكلة نبو خوش زور خوش بقامش بس جاري خوش نية يعني عسكري هي عسكري جباري هي يجهردو يجي بچه ويج حكومتي أخاق لنا تقالة سد بنجي خاتية كشتني كربس.
There's explosions, like you have to be very careful. 105 people died on explosion there
Recently?
Yeah. Okay.
برنامج من دچم سليمانية عامل من الأولانة قلت إيش سليمانية باشا بركي باشا ليرة يعني أم دچم بس لو مالي خو من دالي خو بس عيشت.
والله زانم غير ما أنام راد قرم ليرة دست كانت خوش زور سباس.
Hey, have a great, great trip, thank you. I lived in Iraq in 2013 and 2014 when ISIS first came in. They had come within 20 minutes of the capital city, Erbil, and they scared everyone with the thought that they might actually be able to take the city. I came back to Iraq because I really wanted to let the survivors speak for themselves. They had been through so much in their struggle to get to Iraq, and now they had to struggle just to survive in camp.
تو ليرة وقصدك هي ليرة يعني ناتواني بشي أوروبي.
لا حسناك مش بس حس كم بشكل ما خاني بد نكون بد.
قصدك هي
هاجا حس كبا شوبا عالم ب $200 دشوا بنشيد شو بس من ناخذ بس ليرة.
وش قصدك هي ليرة؟
شوبا وطني منها.
السلام عليكم.
جوار بيج او كاكا او منظمات او قال لك مثلا او جوار ترناكب او ارزاق ناظم فقير يعني حاجه بركي غالبا
said they don't give him the food allowances and stuff like they should have given him the food allowances. The card.
This gentleman wanted to talk about his issues of living life in the camp. Turned out it was much worse than we thought. His daughter-in-law had brain cancer, and there was no way for them to be able to afford medication or treatment.
يا صورتك ايش مروري درجة صورت بيت معطلة
درجة صورت معطل أبغى تشجدي أبقى غدانما أبزوريف بيستروك يتشماول بخوازد بجهاز خرابيت بخوازد بسات حزار
شما برا هاي وشما بكسي مرسولي ماي حتى أنا كابي دكين ماني
مرحبا مشاهدينا الأعزاء ما لامية إنجليزي هاتني جمع
أمريكي
أمريكي أهلا وسهلا بأمريكي
كوالي جماعة زي بيشتغل
مرحبا
سرچاوا أهلا وسهلا
تشكوي ديا
از سوري ما از أنا كالكردستان عراقي ما
سبيسيال كيدك
از هاتم البيدكي أم جم سروكي خونه جم سروك مسعود برزالينه أم سباسياوي دكن أوي وكاكني شرباجي تلدا وأب خدمتها جمال كرنا أم هاتن الكردستاني معنا الكردستاني تجين حتى وضع سوري خوش ببركي عم بقارن بيشتي كردستان آزاد ببحر إن شاء الله واستقلال خوش بسينه بخير وسلامات.
خواز دركتم از هاتم زلامم درخست جبو علاجامه ودوراز نرف يابم جبونا خوشيام درخص كردستاني دكتور سوري شمرقو يا هر تركي يا هر كردستاني مقوز هم كردستاني بالعكس زماني مي بلكي او بيتلم مقاتمن مقو او مساعدة مربكن وكردستان ساروكي ما تيدي زمان بلكي زرح حد انا خدي
كسكي ما سوري هي حتى في دمانة
أري والله تشتي أهلي مقش الورمان ما لا بابي ما خوي ما بري ما قش السوريين خوي وي بري وي حمكسم بس السنة هاتم كردستان السنة هاتم يعني أهلي مالفرتنا كيم ذاتم كردستان يجبون خوش يا أخو ما لا بابي ما جام قصورين خالتي كيم خالي ما أبي ما قصورين بيركامه حما أهلي مال سوري
ور سبيني
يعني 11 قش خراكر سوري ما بتشلف أم رفيع عالم رفيع عالم هاجر
شو المستقبل بتجمد خوازي؟
إن شاء الله نور تبقى قناة مذيعة
قناة
أمريكي وإن شاء الله تبقى مصدر وزور كيف عملت كيف عم بينو تجاخر حد بك كيف عم بيبك كان بقى مذيعة إن شاء الله إن شاء الله يا رب
إن شاء الله سباسيا وطن مهاتنا و
جمع أمريكا حتى كردستاني
أمريكا حتى كردستاني
أهلا وسهلا
أهلا وسهلا
ودعمة ما بكن
دعمة ما بكن
من بال وسلاح
من بال وسلاح
جبون قضاء سر داعش بكن
بقى قضاء سر داعش بكن
وأملتي خوار زقار بكن
أملتي خوار زقان بكن
ومعلا كردستاني بلن بكن
على كردستاني بلن
Across the path, we met another woman in a similar situation.
هو عائلته؟
لا والله
She had to purchase expensive medicine for a heart condition.
وعملي بكم
أو قسطرات بديشات البيرة قسطرات جلازنا شيء سوري مراجعي خلويدري تم دكتوري سوري جبال بيدري جران انكار.
Her son was in Germany, so she had no one but the people who lived in the tents around her who could help her with her problem. It was a story we heard again and again. People who had fled the war only to arrive in camp and unable to afford the medical treatment that they desperately needed.
To not belong somewhere blocks everything that you do. Like, you don't know how to look forward, you don't know how to process your future, because you always have that label: you are a stranger, you are a refugee, you are different, you are this, you are that. And to always not be able to communicate with the people around you, and to always have the feeling that you are different in a bad way because they give you that feeling, it creates that homeless feeling that you have, and creates that identity crisis that you go through. And so you end up being alone in a very big, open-minded, cool society, in my case in Europe, but you don't feel the society because you always have that label on you. You are different. You are not from here. Say something, your accent is so different. Who cares that my accent is different? As long as we are communicating, that's very important. As long as we are understanding each other. And always to have all that labels on you, it gives you that very weird feeling that I want to go, I'm gonna drown here. The refugees changed my life. The way that I saw them dealing with religion, the way that I saw them leaving their place to another place, even displaced people, because now in Kurdistan we have also that clash between displaced people and between real refugees, that they all want to be refugees to go from far away from this area, this region, which is actually at this very moment one of the best regions that you have, because okay, leave everything aside, it's safe. It's just safe for the upcoming years, and you have to protect it. Not every single place that has a problem you have to leave it. You have to build it, you have to be in it, you have to make it stronger, give it the power. And if there's in every single country a problem and people are, let us go and move to the next country which is safe, the world is going to end up in a very small area, and that will cause problems. See Europe. But then we, this generation who grow up elsewhere and who is from somewhere different, and that clash between two different cultures, two different religions, although I'm not religious, but I mean in general, that clash between every single thing, you end up feeling like you are walking on a wire, but you are not the man who can walk on a wire. You have to make a decision. You have to settle down, and you have to find peace.
Yeah, there is Sunni, Shia, and also there's Yazidis. There's quite few religious aspects here, but we're all same here. You know, people really get on with each other here.
This is Yusuf. He and his family are Syrian Kurds and had been forced to flee when the fighting got bad. They fled to Iraq, but still had to face the daily battles of being able to make a living in a new city.
طويل يبقى اللي بيشوفه ما بيقول هذا صغير عمره، يعني مين ما يمسكه بده يشيله وياخذه معه. الدوم نحن نخبي الولد، يعني كل حاجز يوقفونا فيه ما نطلع هويته، نقول هذا لساته عمره 14 سنه 13 سنه. قد ايه عمرك دي؟ هلا صار 19 20. عجب؟ هو صغير يعني ما طلع على طوله صغير. اجينا بهالحواجز كله، بس طبعا ايش في عنا بالبيت شلنا معنا. انا عندي كان محلات، انا في عندي 3 محلات بسوريا. الحمد لله وضعنا كان تمام. إيه بقى اذا بعيب مصراتي بسوريا بده يروحوا كلهم. يعني بعد ما طلعنا من بيتنا ثاني يوم بيتي فضيت كلياتها. كنسونا يا تكنيس. مين عمل هيك؟ جيش الحر، جبهة النصرة. دخلوا على الشيخ ماسوس صار يكبروا تكبير الله اكبر، ما صدقوا يدخلوا لعنا. ثاني يوم طلعنا من بيتنا اجوا دخلوا على البيت، ما عرفوا شيء بالبيت، كل شيء اخذوا.
One of the worst feelings of sitting at a checkpoint in Iraq is knowing that the reason that you're there is for them to check for bombs. But while you're waiting, stuck in line, what seems like an impossibly long period of time, you could never escape even if there was one. This is Rizan Idu. He's Yazidi, and he works with survivors.
I'm a Yazidi, it doesn't mean that I hate you as a Muslim, or I'm a Kurdish, it doesn't mean I will hate you as an Arab. Alright, if you're a good human for me, that's all I want. You may hear about that happened in Shingal by ISIS. You know, over than 6,000 people died, killed by ISIS, and I can tell you more than about 5,000 people have been kidnapped by ISIS, and about 3,000 women and girls still now, until this moment, they have been raping by ISIS soldiers, ISIS extremists. And also, again, I want to tell you that until now in Shingal, there are about 30 mass graves that are found in Shingal, all of them for the Yazidi, for the children, youth, old men, women. And all this happened over an all 74 genocide, the same thing that happened in this last genocide, from killing, raping, mass graves, taking properties of the people, destroying villages, their towns, and all this happens only because of their beliefs. Yazidi people never harm someone, because first of all, our religion don't accept that, and the third one, we have been living in our environment. We have been living with people from different backgrounds, and we have been throughout this experience for a long time, and you know what it means to have a peaceful coexistence together.
It's something that transcends religion, your humanity. That's what people in the world want. You want it, I want it, we all want it. What's important to us is religion, but we want a more humane world. And to get that more humane world, we've got to put away these prejudices that were taught to us when we were young.
A horseman also, he said, I love his quote. He said, "Be ashamed to die if you have not won one small victory for humankind. Be ashamed to die if you have not won one small victory for humankind." That's education.
كردي يعني survive داعش يعني جيت أمش داعش خلاص بون. This is our song يعني جف أغنية مايا. We will rebel يعني جي منو رامنا الصرخة. We will live on يعني جي معيش.
I have been working with the kids like 4 to 5 weeks ago with Mr. Tayo. His goal is to teach them, because education is the most important thing in such situations. But it is not only about education, it is like international awareness, just to make all the world know about what happened to the Yazidis here, and especially with the kids. That's why we selected this song. Actually, he wanted to select this song for the kids because most of them are survivors from ISIS. That's why they are saying we survived Daesh. We want to sing this song because we will rebuild and we will live on. We will never give up. That's why this is the song of the kids.
They hear somebody pour out their heart and say, this is the tragedy and what's happened to me. And in a sense, by stating what happened to you, you're taking away the power of the assailant and putting it back into the hands of the victim. Empowerment. That's how you help people who are victims. But what's important is you got to wait for them, because some of them are not ready. Some of them take longer to be ready for that empowerment. When they're ready and they say, yes, I want to speak the truth, give them a voice. Give them a voice.
More. Tell them, just say we will. Just say we will.
We will.
And let them record it. And then you say rebuild. Second recording. But first time we will.
We will. محمود قال we will. بس بجا we will.
We will. We will. We will. We will. We will. We will.
Afia. Somewhere in my youth, someone corrupted me. Maybe it was the school, maybe it was the religious establishment, I can't tell you, maybe it was the media, but someone told me there's a difference between me and my neighbor. You know, I didn't even know, majority of my neighbors were black. I didn't even know they were black. I knew they were black, I didn't give a damn. Once you hate, you're a victim of hatred because of your race, religion, you know, your nationality. What it is it's a cycle. You go back and you start hating other people. It's a human reaction. And the way to destroy this ideology is with love, is with an economic situation. We need an injection of an economic, political, and educational answer for this. You're not going to do it with bombs. You're not going to do it with bullets. They're like, how do you say it? The more you destroy of them, they got generations of youth that come back. The only way you can destroy Daesh or any ideology such as the KKK, any hate group, is you got to expose their crimes. And you got to teach others that what they're doing is wrong. And you got to break that cycle of hatred. This hates you because you're black. This one hates you because you're Muslim. Hates you because you're Arab. You got to cut that cycle. You got to break it.
No, at the core of this issue, it's an education problem. How do we learn our way out of it? How do we develop a local economy, create a government we can participate in, and provide for our families in a society that's relatively calm and secure?
نابي من حزنا أسخال كشن قالما نابي من إناسا وأسخال كشن قالما نابي من مترا أسخال كردستان ما نابي من دلدارا أسخال كشن قالما نابي من زينة أسخال كشن قالما نابي من دينا دركي حجبي موسيقى كم عالمي في موسيقى عسكن زا قالك كيف عالمي في قالك حجبي دور كيتكم وبزان أمجد سدا عشان وتشي سريع ما هذا ما هو إجتي أهمات بيت سلام بنو وبكيف بنو فين خلك يجيب كيف بين مدفي حج موسيقتكم مدرسة ومدفي قالك خلك جو خب نسترانامي أذكر حج استرانامتك مدفي دخلك خير استرانامة برينا مدبي أفخل كي عسام استقامت كنا قالك أم كيف بنو أو ما إذا قالك نخوشي جد بس منابي أم نخوشي بنا خالكي ما بيم خوشي بنا.
I am a Kurdish Yazidi girl. My name is Awaz Khalil Samu. I mean, it's kind of we are not living a normal life. We don't get our rights. I don't know, it's just very it's very difficult to survive here, because if we compare our life with the other people, it is really not something great. And I don't think that other people they have right to live better life, but we don't have right to get better life. To be honest, if you come to the camp to ask IDPs about if they are getting enough help or an assistance, they will tell you no, because they don't have a good place to live. For example, a very big family is sitting in one tent or in one cabinet, which is not enough for them. Many of them are not able to go to school, or the school is very bad because the students are there are a lot of students but very bad school. there are no teachers to teach them, and the system of studying is not very good for them. We have to help these people. If there is, I see many people here. If I see in Iraq, and I hope that life will get better, and everyone will get their right, the simple right for everyone to be safe, to be happy, and to not lose the power. Because it is, especially in the summer in Iraq is very hot. It's killing, and when you lose power, it is very difficult feeling. Maybe someone else will not know, but we already have hot weather here. So when we are without power, it is very difficult. But all the problems, politicals, religion, and all these things in Iraq are affecting the people like us, or like the IDPs in the camps. If we are born to live as a human, we have the right to get a good life, not to get suffered and killed or raped by other people. We are all human. We have right to get freedom, to do things what we like. So the goal is just, we are now focusing on community development. Like, we are trying to make community groups from the IDP themselves to be developed and to do work for their community. For example, when they go back to the Shingle, they would be having many knowledge and background on the work that we were doing for them, and then they can work for themselves for their community.
Siraja told us about a town south of Duhok named Syria.
نبو جارب خناب نبو بخن دری کادا رابون آباد پار وسام دیر خودم مدید داعش هاتن تلقى بردان ما هم كباز دام هم سرشيد كتن وسابو چارده روزا وسام هم همود بينانو بياب.
There are too many kids and few schools. So if they take only the building, it would be full.
I see.
Gotcha. The building kids.
It's just over capacity.
Yeah.
There was a very large group of Yazidis who had been forced to stay in an abandoned school. The place was unsafe and overcrowded. This is Zurich. He works for the Edge Institute out of Washington, D.C. He's helping set up educational opportunities for the kids in the community.
The distance from here to school in the camp is too far, so they can not send their kids, neither like they can afford renting, like afford transportation costs. There are people this side and this side. Usually in one room there are more than 7 people. Yeah, a family more than 7 people or more than 7 individuals. So as you see, they are helping building houses and so like they were daily wages.
Yeah, for sure. And there's no opportunities like that here.
حاليا شو فرصة ثانية أجي قدامي They killed them in massacres, all of the men and the young people, and they took kids and the women.
داعش وراء طوقان.
Yeah, ISIS surrounded them.
بتجمع عندهم. وكا درابي خبينن بلد خو. وكا زيرت خبينن. وسلاحيت خبينن عم تشتغل وناكن. بشتي دراب جابرن وزير جابرن وسلاح جابرن. وورن سردينه ما. المهم مجاميع عابرن همو كشت. وكشك وجنش قرب.
They took them in غالبا وضعي هنا
وضعي هنا اشتم قاينا بدري كم بشي كلش مرة هاي كلا كي تشتغل كتي على منظمات خيري هاتني عالمية يونسيف برزاني مساعدات عني المساعد بطانية قوارن آني
the government built camps. Many people in the فيش تتبيج يعني كافي كمساعدة كباش كان بوا.
خدي مورد مشينا مثلاً قوية بس مورد مشيهم.
So like just their doing with their lives.
هر فترة كي هناك مواد
يعني بيشتغل يعني نا شو لقي قالك يا شباب يعني قصدي من مساعدة كافية
مساعدة كافية هزار كده هي تيجين قاعدة شباب تختار درابني
So yeah, the help is not enough. Yeah.
This gentleman had been taken captive by ISIS and was forced to leave his mother behind because she was too feeble to walk. He later lost an eye due to torture.
سولاخ أمش القسم ماشين مقودة زاروا ومالا خوه ما البستيرة هنهرن غلاد بن الزوداقا خوش برداقا خو مبازنا دم قزة بجداقا وبرنا دم قلقبو ويما بسارية قدر رامي نا نقاري ماشي بداربو سعادة قش بيت قهتا رمين بجا يكي بازاها خزي فران بشتا خل ديرة دابري كدم راسن أقسام المكرشان قلتن يا عبد الرحمن قول لا خليت القدس رخين ربادا القدس رخين ربادا داقاما وسعيد أو باردانا وبيراميدون أسقرتم إذا ترامبيلي صار كرم شار ترامبيل إيك أسبيبو سيد قوري أسبر ما مقارقل قلتن مالا أيلاس بيرو شو ما قلعت العبار حبسا قابن جامكا زبتني قدام أشوم مقو عددي وشنده قو هزار وحسد بينجي نفرات عنها قلتنا
طيب يعني بوشي هاد نيزديا بوشي نشونه يكدي
والله احنا أود كين إزدي كافر أو كافر قرية نوت كافرين أقلنا كافر بان قاعدوا هانت كن واسب شيعة كن واسب إزديا كارين كتنا شيء بقرين دولتي بواسا وق مالا ميرا وقت كارين بدن ويشكلي والله هنا متبلغازن بزعمت بدين ما.
He says even if we come back and rebuild our Syria, there's no like guarantee. They will come one time and they will destroy us again and attack us. So if there's no protection, we cannot be back to Syria.
We're coming back. You need to get them a quarter.
Okay. Bye.
There aren't enough words in the English language to describe the hell they've been through. But there was one word that kept going through my mind as I met and talked with these people. Survival. Surviving war, surviving attempted genocide, surviving capture and escape, But the one thing they couldn't escape was struggle. With the help of the Peshmerga, the Kurdish military, the Kurdish government, the international community, and their fellow Kurds, they had been able to survive, but it was going to take a lot more to make a life. As they push on, determined to start a new life, and hopefully one day return home, no longer refugees or internally displaced people, they have earned the name survivors.